Well, hello everyone, or the two people who are in here currently. How are you doing?
You guys are special.
You're special. 3 people. Woohoo! Hey, we got let's see. Let's start with the top of the comments here. We got Tin Man, Sally, Wallace Family Adventures, and Janine's Finds. How are you doing?
Tell all your friends to join if you have any.
Hope everybody's doing good. KC Jones, hey, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Let everybody know that Kratos magnets do make a great Christmas gift. KratosMagnets.com.
Even though 80% of people can't afford them.
Squatch 12 for your 12% for your 12% discount. We got some Christmas mail to open tonight from Leanne Crawford. Hope she makes it in here tonight. Hey, Brad, Fat Magnet Guy. We got Mike 907. Outdoor Adventures. He's gonna have to change that area code though. Grandma Kelly. Thank you, Grandma Kelly. How are you doing? Hope everybody is doing good tonight. Happy Friday night, coming into the weekend. Want to have a little bit of treasure hunting chat tonight. I'd love for anybody to come up here tonight who wants to talk about some finds they've had. Don't give away anything on any videos you don't have out yet, but if you'd like to come up here and talk about what kind of cool things you have found, cool places you've been, places you want to go, I'd love to have you up here tonight, and let's have a chat about that. If you're new to the channel and you want to come up and introduce yourself, we'll do that also. I'll put the link out in a little while. But I would definitely love to have some people come up here and let's just have a chit chat tonight and have some fun for a couple of hours. I do got to, kind of keep it to 2 hours if I can, because I got to get up in the morning for work and everything. But, we can do something and have some fun here for the next couple of hours.
Work.
I know, work. Got to make that money, though.
What money?
The money is very important.
Oh, I agree. Which is why I'm trying to save up money so I can get my mother presents.
Hey, squirrels, you got some new stickers in. Okay, that's cool. Oh, let's see. I am trying to get in because I forgot to do it before we got started to my to the live. My live feed so that I can make people moderators who have channels that I haven't made moderators yet. So I'm going to be working on that here in a second as I am. Okay, Grandma. Thanks for stopping in, Grandma Kelly. Love you. Miss you.
Bye, Grammy.
Let's see. Okay, it's kind of coming in. Goodness gracious. I gotta mute myself. There we go. All right, KC. All right, there we go. Whoop. Old dog scrapping and magnet fishing. Yeah, I did. Old dog. You didn't? Well, I'm guessing if I'm about to ask you a stupid question, you didn't get it. You're asking me if I ever send it out. That means you didn't get it. Do me a favor. Hit me up again. Send me your address again. That way I can make sure I got it right. Because knowing me, honestly, knowing me lately with this scatterbrain that I've been with everything else going on, I likely put your address down wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. I have gotten mail back before where I've put the address down wrong, but I didn't get yours back. So somebody got your mail with sticker pack in it and a poker chip, by the way, because I'm only down to 4 poker chips now. But a sticker pack with a poker chip in it, and is probably going, who the heck is all these? Who are all these people? So, yeah, hit me up with that again. That way I can make sure I send it out to you again.
did on purpose. Definitely.
Okay, thank you. But sorry about that. But hey, Ed, maybe some channels picked up a new subscriber to somebody who wasn't even aware that there were channels that did what we do. That would be cool. But no, I never even got it back in the mail, which usually happens when I get the address wrong. Heck, I've even gotten a couple back where I got the address right. I checked it back up again, and the address was right. And for some reason, they sent it back to me as not at this address. Or I get it back from the post office anyway, saying it was non-deliverable, not at this address. But hey, Ashley. All right, Squirrel. Squirrel said he put up a new video for his new stickers. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do the giveaway, but I do have a giveaway that I'm going to do, and I'm giving everybody well in advance notice that the end of February going into March, or maybe early March, somewhere around that time frame. Hey, Beard. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it or what I'm going to do for it. I've got a couple things in mind. Might even do another razzle so that we can put a whole bunch of stuff together and get it out there. Not quite sure yet, but I do have a couple ideas for what I want to do. But I do want to get some more magnets out there in people's hands. I was thinking about doing one kind of before Christmas. And it would have been, but as more I thought about it, I was kind of thinking, people, I know it's not asking that much to do, but I just was kind of decided not to do it around Christmas time because it might be too much around that time. But I'm thinking about kind of the end of February going into March doing something. So we'll see. I just got to put some ideas together on what I want to do and how I want to do it. All right, old dog, I got it again. Thank you. And I will make sure that I get the address written down properly this time. I still don't think I don't know that I didn't write it down properly last time. There have been instances where stuff sent to me never made it to me. And I know they had my address right because they confirmed it with me a couple of times. There's been times when things have gotten to me, like Sneak Attack. When Heather sent me the first time she got poker chips, the envelope made it to me, but the poker chip was missing. So, and I've sent stuff out like that too. For some reason, the people in our post office like to take stuff that doesn't belong to them sometimes. Brockton, brother man, how are you doing? Right on. All right, guys, I did get one piece of mail from Leanne Crawford. So thank you, Leanne. I really appreciate it. It is a Christmas card. And it says, it's the most wonderful time of the year for stuff to fall off my table for some reason out of nowhere. Friends make the season. Jason and family, wishing you the best of the holiday season and the happiest of New Year. Sincerely, Leanne Crawford. Thank you, Leanne. I don't know if you're in here. I haven't seen you, but thank you. If I do see you in here again, I will thank you when you come in. So thank you, Leanne. I really appreciate it.
Tyler Harris, he is big, happy family.
Looking to see if I missed anybody coming in here. I don't know if I have or not, but yeah, I'm going to put together a really cool giveaway coming up in, like I said, February, March, and it's going to be some more Kratos stuff, at least one really good Kratos package, and some with probably some Kratos merch and some Squatch merch. But I'm going to work on that here over the next couple of weeks and see how I want to do it. and then I'll make an announcement and we'll see. Hey, Olga, how you doing? Barry Teresa. Good to see you all coming in here. Thank you very much. All right. Last couple of weeks I've been out. The video that dropped today was pretty cool. New spot. Couple new parts of town that not really part of town that I live in. They're actually kind of, 35, 40 minutes away from here via interstate. So, you get there pretty quickly. But I found a couple of places that I've never been to, roads I've never even been down before. And I've found some places out there that I'd like to hit. And the place I was at yesterday, there's a couple places right near it that I'd like to go back to. But the video that dropped today, there's also a few areas around it that I would like to go to. So I've had some fun out, and I would like to see if there's anybody who wants to come up, join the chat for a little while. Let's talk about, some finds, anything you've got coming up here in the near future. Hey, Jason, Motor City Magnet Fishers. How you doing, brother, man? Bear Magnetics. What's going on? All right, so the link's out there. So if anybody wants to come up, talk about your channel a little bit, let us know what's been going on, any cool finds you've had. Anything you've got coming up, any plans you have for where you want to go or anything, come on up. It can't just be me. I'm not that interesting. I know that for a fact.
I agree.
See, even the boy over here agrees. I ain't that interesting. I'm good, Motor City. Just wishing I had more time to do more of this. As much as I love my new job, it's definitely made it a lot harder to be a part of the community than I used to be. And I'm doing everything I can when I have the time to do it. But I'm starting to fit into my job a lot better. Starting to figure it out. I think I had said it last week, but I finally had to say, I'm not going to use the words I said, but F it. And because I was fearful of asking people for their business doing what I do now, selling RVs. I went from selling a product that might be $50 to $60, maybe $75 a month to where now you're asking people for $5,000, $10,000 down payment on something. And it's something I had to overcome, and it was all mental. And I think I finally had to say, screw it and do it so that I could get over it. And now I have, and I've actually started making some sales. So I'm feeling a lot better at work. Been a lot of changes in the community. I've seen a little bit. I haven't seen a lot. Again, I'm missing a lot. Every time I say I want to sit down and take the time to catch up on everything, on my days off, I spend my days off now running errands and catching up on things that I haven't, or magnet fishing, or sitting and editing videos. And I haven't had a chance to really catch up on things like I want to. Well, that's one thing about being here in Florida, Squirrel. It's the coldest it's been lately has been in the 40s or 50s, and that's in the morning. And as soon as the sun makes its way up above the trees,
70.
It's like 70, 80 degrees again, just like that. The video that I posted today, it was in the low 50s when I got there, and those trucks are driving by, and every time they drove by, it was like, ugh. But by the time the sun got up above the trees, it was not. I was praying for one of those trucks to come by because they brought a breeze that cooled me down. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. So we're talking, treasure hunting and finds and new places to go, and just whatever you got going on in the treasure hunting community. 28, Janine. Yeah, you can keep that. I don't want that down here. I can bet Michigan's got to be cold.
No.
I know Michigan's got to be cold.
I want to go someday.
How much snow have y'all had up there in Michigan, Jason?
I'm actually going to Michigan in the summer.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I do my magnet fishing vicariously through all of you guys. 34 right now. All right. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, let me see what my phone says it is right here in the Jacksonville, Florida area. If I can hit the right buttons on my phone, guys, you're not going to believe how cold it is right now. It's a whopping 65 degrees right now.
Wow.
In the Northeast Florida area. Oh, no snow on the ground where you're at. Up north a couple of feet. Isn't it just crazy how just a little bit of distance makes that big of a difference? It's crazy. Jody Mosby. You laughed at the 50 in my video. It was cold, Janine. 50 is cold. I'm going to stand by that because I'm in Florida and 50 is cold. Yeah, don't feel bad, Janine. There's no snow here in Northeast Florida yet either. So I had a pretty good day out yesterday. The spot I went to was probably maybe 20 minutes from the spot that I was in the video that dropped today. And it was cool. It was kind of an out of the way country road. And when there were no cars coming on the road, it was so absolutely quiet. You could hear the leaves falling all around as the leaves were falling through the trees and hitting the ground. It was that quiet. At one point when I went to the other side of the bridge, I could hear an animal walking in the woods. I didn't want to say anything on it about the video because people are like, oh, you're just saying that, whatever. But no, there was an animal walking in the woods. I never saw it, but I could hear it. And it was probably a deer. And being the ground was covered with brown leaves, the likelihood of seeing the deer was, probably zero unless it came up close. But it was so quiet. You could hear these leaves just as they're falling through the trees. And it was so cool. And then for about 45 seconds to a minute, there would be traffic constantly. And then I'd have about 30 to 45 seconds of silence other than me talking and my magnet hitting the water. "20 degrees when shoveling snow and you'll be in your t-shirt." I can believe that, Brockton. I can believe that.
That's actually on my bucket list.
We measure the sand on the beach. We don't measure the snow. All right, guys. We got somebody finally brave enough to come up and share the highlight here with me. Here we go. We've got Ashley.
Oh, were we supposed to get high first?
No.
You
You
said the high life, so.
Well,
Oh my, I'm crooked. Woofda.
Oofda.
I got some more Team Sneak Attack news for you guys.
Ooh, what's that?
This time, not good news. The other half of Team Sneak Attack is down for the count.
Oh, no. What happened?
Miss Neon decided to fall in yet another hole. She went fishing without me, so, she deserves it. But she went magnet fishing about a week and a half ago with a friend and fell in another hole.
On a dock?
I think she was near a dock, but she hadn't even started fishing yet. Went to start fishing, was chatting with her friend, not watching her stepped in another hole, and this time tore her Achilles tendon.
Oh, no.
So she had surgery this week, had surgery on Monday. Turned out the reason it tore was because she had a bone spur that she did not know about. So it was going to rupture eventually anyways. So poor Neon is down for the count again with another surgery, with another falling in the hole.
Goodness gracious.
No, I don't think she got this one on video, but if anyone has her address, wants to send her any well wishes or anything like that, I know I know how she's feeling.
Yes.
Being laid up with your ankle in the air is not a good time. So do definitely send her some well wishes, some cards, candy, whatever you can do. Because Teresa, I did offer to send her my pink crutches. I've offered to drive down and all of that. So she is being well taken care of. I've got a ice machine that's like $150 ice machine that circulates ice water. I got on Amazon. It's the coolest freaking thing ever. It's like a lifesaver that I'm going to bring down to her if she needs it. So,
Well, Mike, it's a good thing she still has those crutches because you get out of line and she beats your ass. You might need them one day.
He can hear you. He's sitting right there.
I can hear you, Squatch.
Either I'm going to beat him with the crutches or he may need the crutches when I get done with him.
The other way around.
Yeah, I know she's going through a rough time being laid up, and I know exactly what hump she's at. You feel pretty useless, and
oh yeah,
you hate asking for help, and you need help for everything. And she keeps saying, "I can't wait to travel." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you just wait. You start traveling, and then you're gonna hate your life because traveling crippled, not fun. Not fun at all."
I through two knee surgeries. I remember quite well. Yeah.
You think you can't wait to move, and then you start moving. You're like, I can't wait to sit.
Stop. Yeah, exactly.
Crutches are the worst.
Oh, I fought using my crutches. I did everything I could. I was like, I'll hop. I will hop.
Oh, I learned to like shuffle on my foot, and I'd shuffle around the room on one foot. So hopping was a no.
I had,
shuffling on one foot.
Yeah. They gave me Percocet and I went through not even half of the bottle of it. I would rather live with the pain. I saw and know of too many people who, and this was 97, 98. And I knew too many people who, messed themselves up. So I did everything I could. I had to be to the point where I was crying. The pain was so bad before I would take a Percocet.
Well, I found out in the hospital, I had my surgery at midnight when the accident happened. And they're like, oh, yeah, you'll be going home tomorrow in the afternoon. Like, tomorrow being, at 5 o'clock in a few hours. They're like, oh, yeah, you'll be going home soon. I was in there for 4 days because they couldn't figure out why I kept puking every time I sat up. And I kept telling them, stop giving me Oxy. Every time you give me a pill, I throw up. And the nurses kept saying, okay, well, we'll talk to the doctor. If you take this now, we'll go talk to the doctor before your next med. And after 4 days, the doctor finally came in and he's like, why are you still here? And I was like, how have you not known that I'm here for 4 days? Like, you've yet to come and check on me.
That's kind of messed up.
And I was like, have the nurses not told you? And he's like, no. And I said, the medication's making me sick. And I said, the oxy is not doing anything. I'm still in 100% pain. And every time I sit up, I throw up. He's like, oh, well, you're probably allergic to it. You probably shouldn't be taking oxy. You think? So he switched me to Norco. And by the end of the day, the nurse is like, do you feel any better? I said, well, I'm not puking, but I'm still in pain. And I just want to leave. I don't care anymore. I just want to leave. And at this point, I now know I am immune to opioids. And they make me super sick. And some of them even give me a rash. So
no.
I just tell all doctors now, I am allergic to opioids. Don't give them to me. Because then trying to wean off makes me crazy sick.
Yeah, it does.
I have withdrawals like no other. I tried to like slowly wean off. And even after the first 12 hours of trying to wean off, I have withdrawals and I start shaking and crying and I get nauseous and hot flashes. And this is just cutting back like 25%.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that just being a woman?
You would think, yeah. That's just my hormones.
Welcome to my world.
But it got so bad that on the first
Pay
day
no
I cut
attention to
back,
that. Pay no attention to that voice from behind the
I
curtain.
pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Or the cat trying to take down the curtains. Quit, jackass.
Hey, Joker.
You're a bad kitty. Hey, excuse me, sir. Don't mind me. Bad kitty. This is Jackass. That's his given name. He chose it.
Jackass.
He's a mama's boy. And this is the Queen Her Majesty Skitty. And he's a bully. He just pushed her off the desk.
Oreo's laying on the bench in front of the Christmas tree, and Sweet Soul, I'm not sure where she is.
Oreo's like, how do I take this down effectively?
Oh, we've already had to knock them away from the tree a few times. We have weights, like a dumbbell and a kettlebell on the tree skirt to stop them because they were getting down there and they were moving the tree skirt all around. So we had to put weights on the tree skirt.
Do you have an artificial tree?
Yeah.
Zip tie cinder blocks to the legs.
Yeah, I can do that too. They've gotten to the point now where they've stopped messing with the stuff on the tree, and they'll just sit up under it and just kind of like pat at the stuff, and the little fake leaves, they kind of lick them and everything. It's like, no, get out from under there. But they're
Before cats, I don't even bother. I don't do a tree. I'm a Grinch. Like, I'm too tired, too old for this shit.
well, they haven't climbed up the tree and knocked anything off of it yet. They've tried a couple times, so we the garland, the Christmas, the red and green garland was laying on the ground, and Oreo is over there, and she's doing the and like twirling around in it. Everything was hilarious.
When I was a kid, I had a cat eat tinsel and got obstructed, and it twisted up the bowels,
Oh yeah,
and just everything made me paranoid after that. Now working in vet med for 5 years, I just look at everything as like, you're a bowel obstruction, you're a bowel obstruction, no, forget it.
everybody's a bowel
Toxic.
obstruction.
Everything's poison. Everything will kill you. Let's just not. No, I just don't bother. Everything will kill you. Forget it.
Swiffle, what's going on? Magnet mission. I missed magnet mission coming in. How you doing?
It looks like Swiffle's metal detecting in the house.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Well, I'm sure you'll find something.
Yeah, and your electrical system's right out of the wall. And we did metal detecting for the first time last weekend in our yard, and boy, we have a lot of pop taps.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were trying to find the property line, and all we could find was pop tab. I got excited. I found a quarter, and then Michael tells me I planted it.
Oh.
He's like, wait till you find the penny.
Wait.
Son of a bitch.
Now I don't want to find the penny.
I just left him.
We'd when we first moved into this house, I had the big 3600 Brute magnet, double-sided, and it's still around here somewhere. I use it as a weight now versus being a magnet.
I was going to say, you found out that only the ring is magnetic.
I stopped even using the damn thing. Well, I was using it for a while. Like if I was on the side of a bridge that like metal, I would take that magnet and use it to anchor to the magnet or to the metal and have the rope tied to it so I could throw my other magnet into the water and not lose it. But I had the boys drag it around the house, and they drug it around the house probably 6 or 7 times. And every time they came back, it was just slap covered with nails and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's kind of scary.
We're about to have a storm shelter put in. So I plan on, after they leave, go out there and drag it around just to make sure they didn't leave anything. At my old house years ago, we had a roof done and they left so many nails in the yard.
Yes.
We went and bought one of those like magnet on wheels that you push around, but that thing was weak. Now, if they had this, 8-9 years ago, if I'd known about these magnets, I would have bought one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew nothing of these magnets.
Well, I'm serious. I use that magnet, that Brute magnet now as my anchor magnet to when it does even leave the house and come with me anymore. No, I love my my Titan, and I've got another on the way. I can't
How
wait
many
to
does that make?
get in the water. Oh God, I don't know. It'll be 3. I have 3 Kratos magnets. I would have 4, but one of them is still sitting
One
at
of
the
them
bottom.
still on a conveyor belt.
It's one of them still on a conveyor belt somewhere. Probably there's somebody at the UPS place going, "What is that thing still
Why
on
do
there?"
all our boxes keep stopping here?
Right? So let's see. We got Mike down here. Let's bring Michael Farley in here.
Come on here.
Mike, you're up. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right.
Long time, very long time since we talked.
Yeah, it is. No, yeah. I the only thing I use anymore is my 360 or my. I'm either using my Titan or my Orion. Those are the only 2 magnets I even. They're in my trunk. They're the only 2 magnets that even come with me anymore. Are my the 360 and my clamp magnet. I don't even bring anything else with me.
What more do you need?
Exactly. Other than the one that, and like Teresa says, the one that's stuck to the car at the bottom of the pond. I don't know if it's a car. It is definitely stuck something down at the bottom of that retention pond. And it hasn't been cold enough down here for that lake grass, I call it seaweed, to die off for me to go out there and try and figure out what it is. But it's still there, I hope.
You get a wetsuit. You don't need it to get that cold.
Well, for that stuff to die off, you do.
Mm.
Yeah, because the sun keeps the water kind of warm enough for that stuff to keep growing. And again, we've only had, we're December 9th, and we've had maybe 3 days of anything where it started in the 40s or lower.
Well, we're supposed to get a cold front next week, so I imagine you will too.
Well, yeah, but the cold front, by the time it leaves you and gets here, will be 40s, 30s maybe. So I'm hoping to get out there in the next couple weeks. I want to at least drive by there and see if the rope at least is still on the shoreline. I haven't been by there in a long time.
Did you tie it off to anything or just?
No, because if I would have tied it off to something, it would have been ran over either by the lawnmower. So I kind of tied it up and left it right on the edge of the shoreline. So, and it's floaty rope. So.
Oh, interesting.
It'll still be there if somebody hasn't screwed with it already, which I doubt nobody's messed with it. But whatever. I hope it might be there still.
Is that rope still pretty durable?
I don't know. I hope. I hope.
Find out the hard way.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you use some shady rope.
There's some shady rope out there. Yeah.
You have some shady rope out there.
The rope I use is very good. I have not ever. The only time a rope that I've used is popped was the one where Swampy went in the water for it. And that was because when Jason tried to pull it, it was going along the edge of that concrete and it scraped on the concrete and cut it. But I've never had any problem with any of the rope I use.
The only time we've had one pop is the one I call the Squatch rope because it has all the knots in it. It was the same day that I slipped on the boat ramp. So that was quite the day. I slipped and fell, landed on my butt. And of course, Heather had a heart attack because she thought I broke my hip again. And then we snapped a rope, but I didn't lose a magnet. So I was like, hey, it's not a bad day at all. I got to go for a swim and we got to keep my magnet. So it's not a bad day.
Oh. Because of all the knots, you call it the Squatch rope.
It's the knotty Squatch rope.
I love it. No, I do everything I can now to not let any knots get in my rope anymore. If I see a knot, I try to get it out right then and there. Otherwise, as you pull on stuff, it gets too tight. And then it's like, well, it's in there now. It's part of the rope.
Yeah, it's one of those times where tight's not a good thing.
Exactly.
It's funny because I've got you on two screens right now. And when you move your arms, 10 seconds later on my other screen, I see you move your arms.
Oh.
So I'm like,
oh, you've got a StreamYard up on one and YouTube up on the other?
Yeah. Michael set me up with another monitor, a bigger one because my laptop's so tiny and old.
Yeah, the YouTube is behind by, can be behind like 10 seconds or so.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it travels at 907 speed. See the little turtle.
Whatever. I heard it. Whatever.
Old man speed.
So how are you loving your new house?
I love it here. This town is smaller, so everyone's super friendly. Michael keeps giving me shit because everywhere we go, I make a new friend. I made one enemy, but that's because she was a Karen, so I purposely wanted to piss her off.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah, she was being a Karen at the pharmacy, so I just called her out. She was yelling at a pharmacist, so when I went to check out, I told the pharmacist, don't worry, I'm not going to yell at you. And all the pharmacists started snickering.
That's when you take a group of 10 people.
I was like, there's just no reason for it.
Everyone throws a few droplets.
But we can't check out at a store without me chatting somebody up in the checkout line.
Right.
But everyone here's so friendly. It's not like Dallas where everyone's so angry all the time.
I used to say Jacksonville was real friendly, but it's gotten a lot worse.
I feel like COVID ruined a lot of people.
I think so. I will say though that the place I was at yesterday is as narrow as the side of the road is, and I'm not kidding you. It was narrow. People were coming by and they were, how you doing? As they drive by, nodding their heads at me, waving at me. Even the deputies who drove by a few times waved at me and everything. And
They're like, this is completely normal. We don't see a body, so.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for one of the deputies to stop and say, son, what are you doing? But no, they just drove by and waved at me and kept going.
Rope, tarp, weights.
No,
we haven't seen the body yet. We're good.
Nope. It's one of those out in the middle of nowhere. You're out in the country. Shit, whatever you want to do, as long as you ain't bothering anybody, you're good.
In the other state, if we had seen you wrapping up some rope and towels and sitting it at the bottom of a lake, we'd question that. But
exactly.
Not in Florida.
Nope,
enjoy
not
your
in
swamp
Florida.
time.
You just got to be feeding the gators. That's all.
Totally normal. Enjoy your gator. Just gator fishing for dinner.
A lot of abnormality is very normal here. I think that's how I wanted to say that.
So I follow a Facebook page for people that work in veterinary medicine, and somebody posted yesterday, officially a full moon, somebody brought in their cat for eating a taxidermied gator head.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, let me guess, you live in Florida. And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? Like, who else has gator heads laying around that are taxidermied? Like, you do not have a gator head in the garage. Good God, there's gator head in our garage.
Uh-oh. And he
A
caught it in
lot of-
Alaska too, I'm sure.
Nope.
Yeah, Alaska gator.
They're covered with hair.
Sorry. Problem
He's
with
got an Alaska
Canadians,
gator
we're too friendly
and
too
an
much, and
Caribou.
we don't know how to turn it off. And sometimes we're too much friendly, and we get in trouble because we're too much friendly to other people. And sometimes we have to back off of being friendly and turn that off for a while, and then
See, I'm Minnesotan. I don't know how to turn it off without just being an extreme asshole. Like, it's got to be one extreme or the other. I don't know where the middle is.
Yeah,
I'm either nice to
I'm like you. When I get mad and when I get to that point, it's full bore.
Well, even when I was being an asshole, I was still nice about it. I was telling the pharmacist, I'm not going to yell at you for doing your job. I'm just going to piss off ugly over there.
I can get the sarcastic asshole going sometimes, and I don't like that. So I try to stay away from becoming that person.
I embrace it. That's like the theme of our channel.
I like your shirt.
Oh, God,
I
there's
have
a dead animal in my house.
That's pretty funny.
Wait, you were putting away grok? Is that like
I think she's saying groceries.
Gator? It's gator guacamole. It's grok.
It's crocodile guacamole. It's
Oh God, there's a dead animal in my house.
That's awesome.
So 5 years in vet med, I have touched 2 dead animals, and only one of which directly. And that was because I didn't know it was dead when she handed it to me. And she didn't know it was dead when she handed it to me. And it was one of my favorite clients. It was so sad.
Yeah.
I
Hey, really?
managed to avoid it in 5 years. Short for groceries. No, I like grok better. Some gator guac. Squatch is going to make up recipe tomorrow.
Yeah. Gator
Powder,
tail
gator.
guacamole.
Well, I was thinking like you got to put the eyeballs in there and just kind of mash it up.
Ashley, do you just like cats, or do you like cats and dogs?
Cats and dogs. I'm a dog person with 4 cats, but we now have 3 dogs.
Where'd the
And I would
dogs
love
come
to
from?
get
Yeah.
Well, 2 of them were Michael's, and one of them was already living in the yard when we moved in, and now he got neutered last week, and he lives in the house.
Oh, there you go.
So
Bob Barker.
his name is Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
So he had to get neutered if he was going to be Bob Barker. Oh, you dummy! You just hit your head.
That's no way to talk to Mike.
Jody, was
I
that
was
your
looking after
nickname in high
my
school?
brother's dog, and it's a brand new dog. And every single time I'm around, like my family or anything, and the dog's here, the tail goes like full speed and everything. And my brother's like, "What is going on?" Like every single time you're around, the dog tail goes like this. I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm in the living room. My brother comes in with the dog, and one little look of the dog at me, and my brother's like, "That is so interesting."
Maybe he likes your leg.
Oh, he like comes at me all the time. Like if I'm in the computer, he comes underneath the computer stand and pushes himself up to see where I am. And it's it's completely hilarious. Like pops up.
That's funny.
It is. It's
Don't
it
catch
is.
toenails.
Yes. Yeah, I find their little pieces of their nails, like on the ottoman or the bench that she's laying on right now. You'll find
That
their
they've
little
shed.
nails where they've shed, yeah, and their whiskers. And we saw something that Chrissy wanted to do, and we need to probably start doing it. Saw it on TikTok. This lady bought these little vases that are about so big and about that big around.
Oh, are you gonna save them?
And every time she finds one of the cat whiskers, she puts a cat whisker in the vase.
My girlfriend did that. She goes, "Do you do that weird shit?" I bet you do because you're weird. I was like, no.
That's weird. That's creepy.
Nope.
I don't like that.
Although I
Nope.
could probably fill it up pretty quickly with all these animals.
Yeah, you probably could. Cat whiskers, dog whiskers. You know, around here we got Squatch whiskers.
Chrissy's got to like brush them off the bed every morning.
Oh yeah, you know it's constantly shedding.
She's just gonna
I'm growing
vacuum it every day.
my winter fur now. You guys had a chance to go out and do any magnet fishing or anything yet?
We have so much to do around the house that we haven't really gotten out and about. Seems like every weekend something's going on. Thought hopefully we were going to get out this weekend and go check out some of the lakes, and then randomly during the week one of the lights went in one of the bedrooms, so now we have to go to Lowe's tomorrow and replace the light and ceiling fan.
Oh, okay.
So
Always
like,
work.
light fixtures just keep randomly burning out. It's like, what the hell?
The people moved out of that house right before everything fell apart.
Yeah. And like surface level, they kept it clean, but like deep clean, not so much. So like I'll just be cooking on the stove and I'll be looking at it and I'm like, oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's so nasty. So I'll like sit there scraping it out with my fingernail. And I'll be like taking pieces of cardboard and scraping out the crevices of the stove. And I'm like, yeah, this house needs some work.
Ours does too. I worked on cleaning up around here a little bit today. I started to get to the kitchen, and the kitchen is my place, but it's time to move everything off the refrigerator, move the stove, get up under all that stuff and clean it again. It's been a couple months since I've done that, so it's time to do it again.
I'm good at that deep clean stuff, but surface, not so much.
I almost finished that sentence.
Everything is really deep clean, but on the surface, it's not.
Yeah. Like, there'll be junk stacked on top, but underneath, spotless.
Spotless.
For some reason, though, my bathroom's always so clean. Like, I will clean the floor with a toothbrush. And, like, I get down on the floor and I scrub every tile with a brush. But then, like, you look at the top of my dresser and it's covered in clothes.
Yeah. Well, is Mike having to live with the bathroom full of feminine products all over it yet?
No, because I put everything away. I'm getting mad at him for leaving stuff on the counter. So, like, he has, like, 3 bottles of Tums. Like, why? Why is there 3 bottles of Tums?
We got the Tums. They're on top of the microwave.
But, like, put them in the cupboard. Like, so I bought him a little drawer thingy.
Yeah, but then you got to open that to get to them.
Exactly. Thank you, Squatch.
But that's another step. That's 2 steps.
And you know what the sad thing is? I have every digestive disease known to man, and I take so many pills, and mine are so put away.
But that's not the point, though.
Nope.
But
Nope.
like, he just, all his bathroom items are all over the counter, and all of mine are put away. I have my lotion on the counter, and the soap pump, and a ring holder.
Well, yours have to be put away so he has room for all of his on the counter.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, something about the bathroom. I'm OCD about bathroom. But of course, I have like 4 different shampoos in the shower. Like,
Who had a bidet put in?
and you could-
I did.
yeah, like my nightstand has so much stuff on it. But then I get mad at myself for having too much stuff, and I'm constantly putting it back in the drawer. Like,
Yeah.
I get claustrophobic when there's clutter, but I'm the one doing the clutter.
But it's not your clutter, or it's your clutter, so it's okay.
Yeah. But then when I clean, I'm a manic person. So it'll be like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. It's time to wind down, brush your teeth. I'll start brushing my teeth and it'll be like, oh, that looks dirty. Oh, that looks dirty. And then I'll all of a sudden be cleaning a bathroom, like deep clean till midnight. So like I just get these urges and I'll just like scrub.
Yeah, our bathroom needs a good scrubbing again.
Clothes everywhere.
Well, we've got 6 people using the same shower on a daily basis over here. So
one shower.
We got a bath and a half in this place, and there's 6 of us here. So yeah, we got 6 of us using the same shower every night.
We're spoiled. We have 2 full baths, and his son was like, "Can I move in?" I was like, "You mean I'd have to share my other toilet?"
Right.
No. Right. I was like, I need to be able to poop in 2 places. Like
that's the one I keep the toilet seat down on.
Well, I mean, we put a bidet on one, so that's the poop toilet, and then the other one's the pee toilet. Like, I'm gonna give up my pee toilet? No. I've become very spoiled. The best feature, though, I have in-unit laundry. Oh, there's nothing I missed more about living in a house.
Oh, that's nasty.
You know what? No, girls are nastier than guys. I will tell you, because when I was a kid, I worked at Walgreens and I had to clean the bathrooms. The women's bathroom was always way nastier than the men's bathroom. Yes, the men missed the toilet, but women would straight up like smear, you don't want to hear this, but blood and poop on the walls.
Nice.
Like, it's disgusting. Like, they would smear stuff everywhere and leave it. Throw toilet paper on the floor. Like, I could never have a female roommate again.
It blows my mind when I walk into even the bathroom at work, and I just don't get it. How is it so hard to hit the target? I just don't get it.
Cheerios.
How hard is it to not pee all over the toilet seat and all over the floor? And at least if you're going to do that, then take the time at least to clean up after yourself. But I the place I used to work, I made up a little poem and I posted it above the toilet. It said, if you're having trouble, if you have a problem aiming when you got to take a piss, try sitting down. That way you won't miss.
I have a sticker on the seat I had at my last apartment that said, "Put the fucking seat down." Because the cats like to go for a swim in the porcelain jacuzzi if you don't.
Oh, that's nice.
They're not very smart. They don't check to see if the seat's down because they're used to it being down. So when I have guests over, they're just like, "Hey, oh."
And they jump up on the seat and there's no seat.
No.
Straight to the water.
Yep.
You got a wet pussy at that point.
Yep. Good night, Joker. You definitely got to put the lid down on that.
Yeah. It's just sometimes you don't want it wet.
Okay, I'm trying to stay out of the gutter right now.
Come to the dark side. We have carbs.
Yeah. Oh, I did plenty of carbs. I did a kind of poor man's fish tacos tonight. Had some fish sticks.
What's that?
Well, I just took fish sticks, and so I got little, not tortilla. Yeah, tortillas. A little bit of sour cream, and then the fish sticks, and then got a oh, doggone it, like a spicy Southwestern spicy chipotle salad, and mixed all that together.
Oh, I love that salad mix. That's my favorite.
Yeah. And then put that on top of it, and then some cheese. Well, I forgot the cheese until we were almost done and everything, but they were really good. I forgot to get some lime or something. It needed like an acid to it, and some lime would have been really good on it, and I forgot to buy lime. But it was pretty good. And I've got a sweet potato fries, so we did that with it as well.
I actually love those like crappy fish sticks.
Yes.
When I was
Yes.
a kid, I grew up dirt poor, and like to get fish sticks like that, we were always so happy when we got freaking fish sticks. And one time our oven went out, so I was just using the toaster oven, and I cooked them, but not because with the toaster oven you always have to lower the time or lower the temp something because it cooks faster than the oven.
Right.
Well, I didn't cook them long enough, and I was like, well, it's not real fish, so it doesn't matter. And I ate them undercooked and got food poisoning for the first time.
Ah.
Like 10 years old.
Yes.
And I learned the hard way
So-
that fish sticks are, in fact, real fish.
Yes. And it does matter.
It does matter. Cook them all the way. So for the longest time, I did not eat those fish sticks again.
It took me probably 7 or 8 years to eat Taco Bell again after I got sick one night after eating Taco Bell. It took me a long
I've never
time.
gotten sick from Taco Bell.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't even know if it was that. I may have already been on my way to being sick. I don't know. All I know was I ate Taco Bell, and about 45 minutes later, I couldn't even take a sip of water and it stayed down. So, your mind goes right back to the last thing you ate.
I got the flu after I had eaten SpaghettiOs and then had the flu, and I threw up whole SpaghettiOs in the grocery store because me and my stepbrother did this thing because we were poor kids. We had nothing better to do. We dared each other to eat the SpaghettiOs without chewing. And so when I threw them up, they were intact. And I threw them up in a grocery store.
Oh, nice.
So the kid that had to, 16-year-old kid that had to clean it up thought somebody spilled a can of SpaghettiOs until he was halfway through cleaning it and he smelled it. And that poor kid went green.
Yum.
He was like, what the hell?
And he probably didn't want to eat SpaghettiOs much after that either.
To this day, I will not eat SpaghettiOs.
But I know
do
it's
love,
funny
like,
how
the
that
wrap.
just like imprints itself in your mind, and it's so hard to get over it.
Yeah. I ate that, and I don't know, the ice cream truck has those strawberry shortcake bars where it's like a strawberry ice cream with like breading on it. I'd eaten that right after, and I still can't even look at those.
Yeah.
Just the thought of it. But you give me some of that canned ravioli, and I will go to town on it. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is, and they taste almost identical.
Yeah.
No, I can't do the canned ravioli. I can't even do SpaghettiOs anymore. I don't like the way they taste. I never got sick off of it. When I was a kid, I would scarf that stuff down like it was going out of style. Now it just tastes like shit to me.
He's got burnt out on it.
Probably. There could be that too, yeah.
As a kid, my stepdad only ever bought the generic Fruit Loops, the multi-meal ones. And to this day, I can't eat Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops
and grape jelly.
Fruit Loops for some reason would like make the roof of my mouth like break out. It was weird.
Like Captain Crunch, where it scrapes up the top of your mouth.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Like,
I still do it.
My mouth, the roof of my mouth would be sore for like 2 or 3 days afterwards, and so it's been years and years since I've eaten any of that stuff because of it. Every time I see it, I can
eat all the
feel
things
that.
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, but there's some things I just look at and just can't.
Oh, there's so many things I look at and I'm like, oh, you're gonna make me so sick. Get in here. like Taco Bell, but
Well, thankfully Taco Bell. McDonald's still to this day, if I eat McDonald's, 30 to 45 minutes later, my stomach's upset. Every time
Pretty
I
much
eat it.
everything I eat makes my stomach upset, but I still eat.
He's a foodie.
Like I have the worst acid reflux, so anything with tomatoes makes me sick. And I still eat spaghetti all the time. I eat tomatoes almost every day, and
Protein
I
is
just
good for that.
suffer through it. I just found out I'm lactose intolerant. Still eat dairy all the time. I have IBS, so like eliminate half the food on earth. I still eat it all the time.
Goodness.
No chocolate, no alcohol, no carbs. I eat all of it.
It's like, what the fuck? I'm going to do it anyways.
They said no tortillas. I am sitting on a tortilla blanket. Tell me no tortillas. Tell me I can't have a taco.
That's funny.
I drank Gatorade one time, night before my birthday, and I got really, really sick, like completely sick. I had a high fever. I couldn't even get downstairs. So
You're supposed to drink Gatorade when you're sick.
Yeah.
yeah, it was really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm not even supposed to have Gatorade. Something in the electrolytes makes me super sick.
Really?
Yeah. Something about
Goodness
IBS
gracious.
and electrolytes. They don't go together.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hey, Salty.
Nothing
Hey, Mandy.
that Jay Paul's at McDonald's gives me death farts.
Me
Ice
too.
cream kills me. Ice cream gives me such bad cramps. I was in tears one time. That's when I figured out that I was lactose intolerant. Coming back from, we went to Soul's Fish House, or Wiz's Fish House, beach house, but that's where we go fishing. And we stopped at Freddy's for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is like Culver's. Love it. Got a shake because that's what you do at a burger place." And 2.5, I had such bad cramps. I was in tears.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Freddy's is like Culver's. I'd much rather eat at Culver's.
Similar. They both. I would much rather eat at Culver's, but in the South, we
Yeah.
don't have Culver's.
I have not eaten at, well, it's been a while since I've eaten at Freddy's, and I've eaten there like twice, and both times I was very, very underwhelmed.
We ate there that once, and I got super sick, so it was like, oh, I love peppermint schnapps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get me messed up. Get me some peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, a lot of this is the reasons why I try not to drink as much as I used to. I don't like feeling like that. I like, a couple glasses of wine and maybe a few shots every now and then, but I don't like getting wasted anymore. I didn't really like doing it before.
I've heard of that because that's when I lose count and I lose control. I typically drink just Deep Eddy lemon vodka and soda, and then I can count my drinks and I can keep control and I know what's going on. But as soon as somebody gets me around shots.
Yeah. Well, they hit you so they're so, it's like, oh, it's just a little shot. But they hit you so hard and so fast.
I'm the lucky one. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't drink any coffee. I don't drink any tea or anything at all. And my relatives always ask me, why are you not drinking alcohol? I'm like, because it's my choice. I don't need it.
You don't drink. I got a permanent sober cab.
I haven't had a drink since 2016.
That's a good thing.
Other than NyQuil. It's the only alcohol I've had.
You got to watch them with it, okay? Sometimes you got to cut them off. Say no more NyQuil, okay, buddy?
It's just not working.
Because he's like, yeah.
Well, I was at a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Mike's version of Pop a Top again is open that NyQuil.
Yep.
Put it in his mouth and shake it.
Mm-hmm. I'd chase it with Mountain Dew. Shit.
He's like,
Chase everything.
it's in the little shot glassities. This is 2001.
That's probably what year his is too, because everything in his medicine cabinet is expired. I used some Band-Aids today because I didn't have any of the big ones left.
It's aged.
And I was like peeling the paper off. I was like, good God, it's yellow.
It's not expired. It's aged.
Yeah, like fine wine.
Exactly.
Or
Blown
old
away.
milk.
They're still good. Shit.
Right? It's when you let it go that long, your NyQuil almost turns
You gotta chew it.
into
It ferments.
moonshine. Yeah, NyQuil shine.
You gotta chew it.
Now it's like wine. Gets you drunk and tired.
Right, there you go.
Helps me sleep.
He sees gnomes, but we're good. He's too tired to chase them.
You're
We
You-
have a
get him
large
tonight,
fence
Ashley.
yard. We'll just keep him in the fence. Should probably get one of those underground electric fences just to keep him under control.
There you go.
be a shot collar.
I bought a bark collar today. We might be able to just.
There you go. I am.
Well, I have a story for you. I was at a friend's Halloween party, and I got called out by one of my friends, and my other friends put a pill in my drink. I didn't know, and I drank it, and I had a splitting headache, and I fainted, and I hit a pool table right on the back of my head. And
That's
I
not
had to
good.
call my parents because I wasn't feeling well after I hit my head. And I found the next day from one of my friends of mine that it was a setup, that they wanted me to come and they were going to make a joke out of me. And so the police showed up, like at school, talking to everybody because there was a report of a situation at a house. They found it was my friend's house that was having the Halloween party.
Well, that sucks. That's not good.
Now,
Nope. Definitely got to stay away from that kind of stuff.
yep.
There you go, Mike. Barry Teresa's tells you you should switch to the NyQuil gel caps.
Those damn pills are too big.
And say then you're a pillhead.
Yeah.
What's better, an alcoholic or a drug addict?
A drugaholic.
Fat cat crossing. Come on,
Kitty,
Daddy.
kitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful
Woo.
cat.
That one.
And a dog.
Along with the fupa. Fupa cat.
She got a big old fupa that hangs down.
Yeah, we got a couple cats. There's one of the local cats, unfortunately, just recently died. Her name was Perfect, and Perfect is in PUR, like purr. And don't know how she died, but our neighbors next door found her dead in their backyard. And she was just the sweetest cat. I mean, just all she wanted to do is love on you. If you like sit down in the driveway or lay down, she would come up and she would lay down right behind your head and like would put her paws on your head and like lightly start making biscuits on your head. Not enough to hurt, but just enough. And her purr was insane. Then there's another cat out there that we call Tigress. And she literally looks like her hind legs are in high heels because her back goes up right on her rear end area. So it's like hunched up, bigger, higher than the rest of her body. And she walks like her hind legs. She walks like she has high heels on. It's hilarious.
Tiptoes.
But she's just another one that's a lover. And then there's this male cat that's been coming around that we either call Buddy or Squeak. He's friendly and he wants to be loved on. And when you give him a treat, you can hold a treat and he will like very, very gently take the treat out of your hand. And he's not an indoor cat. he's definitely an outdoor cat for somebody, but he'll come over and let you pet him every now and then. But he likes to jump up on the windowsill outside, and all of a sudden you'll see Oreo and Sweet Soul are going back and forth. They're like going fanatic because that cat's up on the windowsill on the outside.
Yeah.
Because there's no sense in having the lights on the windows and everything if you've got the light on in the window in the living room because you can't see anything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
someone's
Okay.
wobble.
I gotta go.
All right.
Lights on.
Yeah.
I will finish loading the dishwasher so I can turn it on.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas. See you later, Mike.
Have a good night.
All right.
Number
Sound like he was getting in trouble.
2. Yeah.
Oh, hey, 406. Trying to get back over here and see what I'm missing in the chat.
I've missed everything, even though it's right on my screen.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
It's gator allergies.
I don't know what brought that on. That just like came out of nowhere.
God, my allergies here have been a night and day difference. It's so nice.
Yeah.
They were getting so bad in Texas. I was like, if I don't leave, I'm gonna die. And
I got hay
up here
fever.
the first week. I was like, no, you were supposed to go away. And then now I'm like, oh, what if I should just stop the allergy medicine?
My year in Alaska was my best year of my life for allergies. I didn't have any.
Yeah, they don't have nothing up there. I
It was
tried
so
to
nice.
request heartworm prevention for one of the dogs, and the clinic's like, he hasn't had a heartworm test in the last year. And I was like, well, what the hell, Michael? You said he was up to date on everything. And I looked at his records. I'm like, he hasn't had a heartworm test. And Michael goes, it's because we don't have heartworm in Alaska. Well, that would explain it.
Right?
What about Alaska?
No heartworm.
Yep.
No allergies.
No snakes.
Mosquito. I was like, I mean, they have mosquitoes. Who wants
Yeah, they
mosquitoes? How do they not have heartworm?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna send you some stuff for your giveaway.
You hear him?
Say again?
Said he's going to send you some stuff for your giveaway.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I'll be doing that.
I'll send you some
Yeah, it'll
stickers.
be towards the end of February, going into March when I do it. I want to have a big build up for it and get everybody a chance to get into it so I can make something really cool out of it.
Yeah, I'll send you a bunch of stickers and dog eggs.
Sweet. I appreciate
He
that.
does dog tags instead of poker chips.
All right.
I'm working on a new logo though.
Are you going to keep the 907?
I am.
Okay.
Just going to lose the Alaska flag.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't make much sense now, does it?
No. Of course, it's not really 907 anymore either, but, it's,
Well, his
Yeah.
area code's not changing. He's not changing his number.
well, there you go. Okay.
So now everyone knows that your phone number starts with 907.
Well, no
They have to
shit.
guess the rest.
That'll be easy. There's only how many combinations of numbers it possibly could be?
10,000.
Something like that, yeah. So you guys finding anything else fun to do there other than just changing light bulbs?
No, we have a lot of projects we want to do. The new dog jumps the fence, so we got to put in a much taller fence eventually. So
Goodness.
that'll be fun and expensive.
Yeah. No
We
kidding.
have lots of projects we'd like to get done. Oh, Michael just finished a project. He found this knife down in White Rock Lake.
Oh, wow.
And see if I can get it without the glare. If you can't see, the handle is bone. And
That's
the
cool.
blade is handmade.
And he found that in Texas?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So he got a nice little case for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we've got that hanging on the wall in his office. We have
Have
a
you
large
scoped
dining
out?
room. Have we what?
No, go ahead. Fisher, you're saying?
We have a large dining room and we don't dine in the dining room. So that is now our office and our desks are side by side. We have two L-shaped desks. And so they are separated by a cat tree. But otherwise we work right next to each other.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I telework 4 days a week.
Oh, okay.
The other day I go to the base and that's it. So it's kind of nice.
No
Saves
kidding.
on gas money.
Yeah, no kidding. It does.
Being that he has a giant truck, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about me. Where I work now. I'm literally it's like takes me 5 minutes to get there in the morning. So I went from a tank of gas a week to where now I'm going through. The only time I drive put a lot of gas through my car is when I go magnet fishing, when I go driving to find a place, or if I drive around all day trying to find something. But it's nice being that close to work. I don't get to work from home though, not yet.
I don't think I'd like working from home because I'm just too social. I mean, you and I are people, and we wouldn't do well working from home.
No, I that's one thing I do love about all of my careers really is they're very people oriented. And one of my favorite parts about what I do now is when I get to take people out into the lot and talk to them on the golf cart as we're going out and going through all the vehicles. I love that part of my job.
I grew up driving golf carts, so I would definitely have fun. I can teach you how to do donuts if you want.
I've managed that part, just not on the golf carts at work.
No.
Would
I can teach you how to throw people off.
not be good. I've managed that before too.
I managed that when I was about 12. I perfected throwing people off the golf cart. It pissed me off. My cousin had a signal. I would signal her when to hold on because someone's about to end up off.
Yeah, that's conspiring against the other person. That's awesome.
So I'd just give her a look and she'd be like, fuck, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the person's like,
someone's about to end up on the ground.
what's going on here?
Yeah, that other person had no idea what was coming.
That's awesome.
Bye.
No, I was going to ask you if y'all have had a chance to scope anything out, any good places to go yet.
No,
No, you
we were
said
going to
you-
do that this weekend, but then that light fixture went out, so I'd like to replace that because that's the room where one of our guest rooms, we keep the litter boxes in it, and then in that closet, we keep the food in it, so we go in that room a lot, and our gun safe's in there too, so we need light in that room. So now we have to go change that out tomorrow.
It's
So-
not just the light bulb. You got to change out the whole fixture.
Yeah, the whole fixture went out.
Oh, shit.
It's like a ceiling fan with the lights that come out. The whole thing burnt out, just out of blue.
Well, that's just bull crap.
Yeah, so we gotta go change that out, and then it's supposed to be storming all day tomorrow. What about Sunday?
I gotta look.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be kind of cold and rainy this week.
Yeah.
No, that's winter in the south for us.
Yeah,
Cold and rainy.
that's true. Let me see. This weekend, I had to take my damn hat off.
Oh, Michael exposed his head.
I saw that.
You guys saw his head for the first time.
It wasn't for
Yeah, it's going to be low 70s tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be low 70s tomorrow and mid 70s on Sunday. Yeah, we got 70s like all week long.
supposed to be 54 and 70% chance of rain tomorrow. Sunday's cloudy, high of 55.
Okay, so we might make it out Sunday. If not to at least scout.
Right?
We
At
did
least
get
you got
advice when we were
something.
closing on the house that there's a lake that everyone likes to dump bodies in. So I immediately was like, he's signing papers. And then I'm like, and where's this lake?
Right?
But then he found out they do dredge the lake once in a while.
But do they find the bodies when they dredge the lake?
So the lake that Heather and I usually do in Texas is getting cleaned out but they don't think they're going to do it till 2026.
That's the White Rock, right? The one that you're not allowed to
Mhm.
swim in.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't swim in it, but you can get out on a boat and everything in it.
Yeah, you can
Or you-
paddleboard, kayak. They have a lot of sailboats.
Everything where you might end up in the water, but you can't swim.
Yeah, yeah. I think they still draw water from it as drinking water. Yeah. And that is a lake where you have to shower twice to get the smell off of you. It is so rancid.
What happened with that lake that it's like that?
It's one of the few lakes in the area, so it is very popular. There's always people using it. So, and then there's a creek that runs through it too. And that creek runs through the not so good part of Dallas. So
So it's just fed full of pollution, huh?
yeah.
Lots of stuff in it though.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, there aren't many lakes in Texas in general, and there aren't many in Dallas, and Dallas is so highly populated that people don't really have anywhere to go.
Well, I liked it when y'all did like that river thing or whatever it was, that creek that ran through the downtown area.
Creek that ran. Oh, so that used to be by my old work too, and that was fun. It still irks me that there is something big that was leaking oil.
Yes.
I would love to go back with manpower, and now that I'm not on crutches and not as crippled, and we have stronger magnets, I would love to go. What's the big Kratos one you have? The biggest. With Poseidon. I want to go with the Poseidon and a man, and
I don't know. I'm thinking it's like a little, like one of those little mini bikes or something.
no, it's not mini, because I would have pulled up a mini, because the water is not very deep either.
Yeah.
So I considered, like, if I could get some sort of wetsuit or something, I'd get in it. But because I'm a fall risk, I already can't be the one to go in it. So I was like, it's because it's mucky down there too. It's super slippery. It was like, now that I'm less of a fall risk, I'm totally willing to do it.
That would be interesting to finally see what the heck that is.
Yeah, Barry Treese, I totally think it's a motorcycle. Because the water's not deep enough to be a car. And
that would be kind of a weird place for a car to be anyways, right there where that was at.
Yeah, because it's not right next to the road, and there's a lot of ramps, but I totally think it could be dirt bike, motorcycle, and it's stuck under something. There's something on top. But because there's a lot of homeless in the area, and the homeless in Dallas are very dangerous, we got to have some manpower there, either as backup, as muscle, something. So
right.
But I want to go back with a wetsuit or some waders or something and get in that fucking water, or with a really strong magnet and a winch.
I get worried watching doggone, is Gals Out West, right?
Gals Out West?
Yep.
Michael says yes.
Yes. When they're along that one that retention or that drainage canal that they like to fish off of, there's a lot of homeless people around there. I get real nervous watching them fish in that spot with those people coming up to them out there.
So, but see, up in Minnesota, I wasn't worried about homeless at all, because they're very friendly. If they came up to you and said, "Do you have any money?" and you said, "Sorry, no, I don't have any cash," they'd say, "Okay, well, I hope you come into some cash soon," and they'll leave you alone. But in Dallas, there was one day where I was already having a rough day running errands, and I went to the grocery store and I forgot bread and milk, like the bread and butter, which is the bread and butter of groceries. So I was already mad at myself, having a bad day, and I get to 7-Eleven. It's like, okay, they're going to have bread and butter, not the ones that I want. I'm very picky, but it's fine. I'm done. I've already been grocery shopping. I've already got I get out of my car at the grocery store, someone's hassling me. I get to the door of the grocery store, someone's hassling me. Come out of the grocery store, someone's hassling me. I'm trying to load my groceries, someone's hassling me. I stopped and got gas, someone was hassling me. Then I had to stop at the 7-Eleven to get stuff that I forgot at the grocery store. And the gas station I'd already been to. So I was so mad at myself. I'm already stressed. And this guy comes up to me as I'm trying to go out into the store. He jumps in front of me and he's like, "Hey, do you have any cash?" I said, "No, dude, I don't have any cash. I don't carry cash. Sorry." And he's like, "You can get cash back in the store." And I said, "Not with a credit card, you can't." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Because credit cards don't do cash back. Please let me through." He's like, "You're not even going to try?" It's like, "No, I'm not going to try because I already know credit cards don't do cash back. Please let me through." "Well, you're just a fucking bitch." I'm like, "Okay, sure. Please let me through." So I go in the store, I come out, and he blocks the door when I'm trying to leave. He's like, "Did you try?" It's like, again, no. You can't get cash back on a credit card. He's like, "So you're just a fucking bitch." I'm like, "I guess so. Please let me leave." And then he blocked my car door. He's like, "So what the fuck are you gonna give me then?" I was like, "The finger, because that's all I've got. I don't have any cash. Let me through." He's like, "Well, how about I just take your shit?" I was like, "How would you just get the fuck out of my way?" And he just sat there and stared me down for a while. And I just stared right back. And finally he moved aside and let me through. And I was like, this is what the homeless are like in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
I was like, all that just to intimidate me to give him money.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we're one building away from the police headquarters. So I knew it wasn't really going to do anything because the police are everywhere in that area. So it's like, the guy in the store could hit a button and they're going to be here in 2 seconds.
Right.
But of course, on the inside, like my mouth is talking shit, but then on the inside, I'm shaking in my boots. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't be talking shit to this guy. He might stab me for my bread.
Well, sometimes you got to show strength because the weakness they feed on.
Exactly. So I was just trying to hold my ground and show him like and normally I wouldn't have been talking back, but I was in a mood. I was like, normally I would have been a lot nicer, but I was in a mood because I'd already been hit up by half a dozen people who already weren't taking no for an answer. So it was pretty frustrating.
Yeah. Oh.
But once in a while, there will be someone driving through the parking lot of the grocery store and they'll be like, "Can you help my family? I need to feed my kids." And I have kids in the back seat. And I'll say, "I don't have any cash." And they'll drive away. But one time there was a lady, she's like, "I don't want cash. I just need food." And I was like, "Oh, this lady's serious."
Right.
So I looked at my bags and I'm like, literally everything in my groceries is for a recipe or for someone else. So I was like, damn it. I have to give her my snacks. Oh. So a lot of the cookies that I'd gotten for myself and like my junky foods and like my canned ravioli, like my stuff. And I did give her my groceries. So I was like, how can I say no? Like, she really didn't want cash. She legit wanted food for her kids.
Well, see, when somebody asks me, the first thing that I say to them, if it's not something I can avoid, is, "Well, would you like me to buy you some food?" And if their response is, "No, I just want the cash," and then I'm like, "Well, okay, never mind then, move on." Because if they're telling you I'm hungry and you offer them food and they say, "No, I just want the money," at that point in time, no, sorry.
Then you're not hungry.
You're not hungry. Exactly. And I was out magnet fishing and I went into a grocery store, or not a grocery store, like a gas station. And there was a lady out front and she's like, "Man, can you give me enough to get me a soda?" And I said, "Well, how about if I just buy you a soda?" Well, no, don't do that. They won't let you buy me a soda in there. I was like, "They're not going to know it's for you. I'll just buy you a soda." "Well, they see us talking. Can you just give me the money?" I'm like, "Well, are you thirsty?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, then let me just buy you a drink." It was like, it was going to be $1.25 for a bottle of soda or whatever. And I walked out and I handed it to her and she goes, "What's this?" I go, "A bottle of soda." She goes, "I told you I needed the cash." "No, you said you were thirsty." She's like, Are you serious? I go, if you're thirsty, you'll drink it. And I just kept walking. I'm like, I'm not giving you money. I'm just not going to do it. And that's something I learned when I was in the Coast Guard down in Miami. They said, if anybody tries to get money from you, you don't give it to them because they're not going to use it for what they're going to tell you they're going to use it for. And if you offer them food and they turn it down, then you straight up know right then and there that they're not using it for what they're going to tell you they're using it for.
Yeah.
So.
There was one time when I was on my crutches and my car needed air in the tires. And of course, for some reason with mine, all four go at the same time, usually when the weather gets cool. And so I went to the gas station and I was on my crutches putting air in my tires. And there's a homeless guy sitting there and he asked me if I needed help. I said, no, I've done it before. I got it. And I start taking the valve off the first tire and he comes over. He's like, I can't watch you do this. Like, it's not right. He's like, please just let me help you. I was like, sir, I honestly do not have any cash on me. So if you help me, I don't have a way to thank you. And he's like, don't worry about it. Like, I can't watch you do this. It's just not right. So I thought he was just trying to make an exchange because at the car wash near where I lived, I had a lady try to buy my car and it turned out they were selling drugs out of their car. And I was like, oh no, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, at first I thought she was actually offering to like make cash because I was on crutches then too. And because, every smart person washes their car in crutches.
Right.
And, so I love my car a little bit. And so he actually sat and put air in all of my tires and went and sat back down on the curb without a word. And I was like, well, this is not okay. I was like, you actually did me a service. Like, you would not let me struggle on my crutches. And I said to him, I was like, I'm going to go inside and get a snack. Come on in. I'll get you whatever you want. He's like, no, I'm fine. I said, no, really, dude, come in. I didn't even need to go into the store. I just said, come in. Yeah. I'll get a snack. Come get whatever you need, guy. And we went inside. I was like, really? He picked out a 40 of, what's that lemonade? Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh, shit.
They made it in a 40.
That's.
I think he got a bag of chips and a 40 of Mike's Hard Lemonade.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know they made it that big.
I have given food. I've given my lunch before, and I was out to somebody on the street begging for money. And as you drive off, you see him just take it and throw it on the ground. And it's like, and that doesn't always happen. I've seen people, thank you, and walk off and eat it. But I'll give food and stuff like that. But I guess it depends on who it is. But out here, especially the bridge right near here, I like to go fish. They're wasted. I mean, they're bad, just bad. And if you give them money, what they're doing.
Yeah, when I first moved to Texas, I was like, oh my God, there's so many homeless people. I want to make care packages and bring them to that bridge they're living under. And my neighbor was like, don't ever go near that bridge. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, they're doing drugs. And I was like, no, they're living. He goes, no, they're doing drugs.
Yes.
And after living there for like 2 weeks, I was like, everybody's high. He's like, yeah, because they're doing drugs. And I was like, oh, he's like, that's why they're homeless. Like, okay, I won't make sandwiches.
Okay, tell your friend we're thinking about them and hope they're okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from being like that, like big-hearted, caring person, like, oh, the homeless need help, to no, they're all high.
It's one of those. I'm all about helping people, but you've got to be careful about who you're helping.
Yes, I'm
because some people need the help, and some people take advantage of the fact that they know that you're wanting to help.
Yeah, so I found a lot of people in the area I was living weren't actually homeless. They were just looking for their next high.
Yep. And what other easy way to get money to do it? No, it's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
There's a a video that a guy posted on YouTube where there was a guy, or no, I'm sorry, it was a lady, and he started to get kind of a weird feeling because he would stop and give her money every day on his way to work. And he started noticing just some weird stuff. And he followed her one day afterwards. Instead of going to work, he gave her money, and then he kind of went and sat and watched her and followed her back to a parking lot where she went and got in a brand new Toyota Tacoma and drove home.
And those are expensive. I've looked into
Yeah.
them. I want one. Those
Yeah.
are crazy expensive.
Yes. Some people, instead of getting a job, and it's not, by no means is this making fun of the fact that some people end up homeless, not by means that they can control. But
Right.
there are
I've
people,
been homeless, and
yeah. I mean, there's people out there that are where they're at because of poor choices, and they continue to make those poor choices, and they feed off of people with big hearts who want to help. And then you end up, the people who do need the help don't get it because of people like that. And it's a shame.
yeah, I was homeless a lot in my late teens, early 20s, either sleeping in my car, sleeping on couches, but never resorted to doing drugs.
Yeah.
So
It's
I've been there, but I was smart about it.
right. Well, there's a lot of success stories of people coming from being homeless who
You
were
just gotta
able to
work
keep
your ass off.
were able to keep their head up and work their ass off and become wealthy and stay away from all that stuff. And it's like I tell the kids all the time, it's a choice. You have a choice on how you act. You have a choice on what you do. You have a choice on how you handle a situation. And you either make a choice that leads you down this road, or you make a choice that leads you down that road. And the only person you have to blame for that choice is yourself. Now, circumstances you might not be in control of. How you handle the circumstances you're in control of.
Yep.
And that's the big difference.
Yeah, I was homeless at 17 because I didn't want to live in a home full of alcohol. I came from an alcoholic family. I come from alcoholic parents, drug addicts. Didn't want that life, so I left.
I didn't grow up with that, but I grew up around drinking. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was, alcoholism. It was just, they liked to party and there was always drinks. I didn't grow up around a family who had to have alcohol around them all the time. But I also grew up around a lot of cigarette smoking and a lot of pot, and that turned me away from it. And it was my choice. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But I think everybody else, all the other people in my generation and my family, all smoked. And I didn't do it. And I'm not saying that makes me better than them by any means. It was my choice.
Yeah.
That being around it turned me away from it and against it.
That's exactly what happened to me. My mom's a heavy smoker, heavy into pot. My little brother and little sister, like I'm 9 years older than my brother, 7 years older than my sister. They're all big potheads. My mom's an alcoholic. My biological dad's an alcoholic. My stepdad's an alcoholic. And I drink, obviously, but I've somehow never become an alcoholic. Didn't try pot until after my accident. And I only tried it because I found out I was allergic to the opioids.
Right.
And I wanted to know if there was something more natural to help me sleep after the surgery. So I started trying like CBD gummies.
Right.
Because after the surgeries, I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep because I couldn't the first time. And the withdrawals from the opioids, I said to myself, like, pot can't be worse than this. Like I was having withdrawals so bad that I was hyperventilating, having panic attacks. I thought I was going to have a seizure. I was like, after the first surgery, when I tried to wean off, I had such bad insomnia. I was up for 48 hours straight. And
Yeah,
I get
that's
so
scary.
jittery that I can't hold still and I get the urge to walk. And when you have a broken hip, you can't walk. So then you get anxiety that you can't walk. And I tried to go for a walk on my crutches at 3 a.m. by myself outside on a slippery step.
Oh, that's not good.
So I was like, there has to be an alternative. So
Yeah.
I tried gummies to see if that would at least help me sleep. So
Did it help you?
yes. But
I've been
because
doing
it was
some.
legal in
I've been doing
Texas,
some
I couldn't
reading.
get my hands on it.
Well, I've been doing some reading on CBD recently, and I've never tried it. I've never done any of that.
The
But
science behind it's actually very fascinating.
yes, and that's what I've been reading up on it. And I'm not anti-marijuana. I'm anti you got to smoke it all the time and that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. And that's
my mom
what
had
my family
lupus.
does.
My mom had lupus, and she would light up every now and then. And when she did, her lupus would the swelling would go away, and she would feel better. But she didn't walk around the house constantly on a joint. You know,
Yeah.
it would swell up. She would take a couple hits, and it would go away. So I know the medical benefits of it are there. I'm not anti, but it's just if that's all you want to do all day, every day, there, you know, it's just like I'm not anti-alcohol. But if all you want to do all day, every day is be drunk, there's a problem.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I like CBD, because it eliminates the carcinogenic side of it
Mm-hmm.
and gives you the benefits of it, which I've always been in favor of, and I think it's great. And it's you know, reading up on it, there's a lot of health benefits to it, and
certain
I've been,
THCs
yeah,
give you like that mellow, low, puts you to sleep.
right.
When my grandpa was diagnosed with cancer, he had a throat cancer. He had a really big tumor and he couldn't eat. So we were all trying. I don't think we were trying to drug him, but we were trying to convince him to eat gummies to get his appetite going.
Right.
And we were trying to do it behind my grandma's back because she's very she doesn't even like my tattoos. She freaks out. She only accidentally saw the big one on my shoulder after my accident because I was wearing a tank top, and she lived across the street from my aunt that I was staying with, and I didn't know she was coming over, and she saw my big old tattoo and slapped me.
Oh shit.
I mean, she slapped my tattoo, but she was so mad when she found out that I have a huge tattoo, even though she sees the one on my hand. But so we were trying to drug my grandpa to get him to have the munchies.
That's funny.
But unfortunately, he passed soon after, so we didn't get a chance to try it. But I mean, it does have medical benefits, and it's funny because my mom and my aunt, I mean, they grew up in the 70s, so they smoke pot all the time. They still do. And then
Good night, Janine.
when I went up to Minnesota, oh God, what does it say?
He just like sticks it on you and walks away.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my contribution. Ugh.
So last time I went home to Minnesota, gummies had just become legal. So we were in a crystal shop, me and my mom and my aunt. And so I was talking with one of the shop owners about the different strains. And my mom and my aunt are like, huh? What? Different? You don't just smoke it now? I was like, no, you don't just smoke it now. You can take these oils and the drops and the chews. I was like, there's chocolates. And they were like, you can get chocolate? And I said, the chocolates make you sleep. My mom goes, sleep? Like, and then they saw the price tag. They're like, nah, I can get pot for cheaper than that from my dealer. Like, great. That's great. Like, but this one yours brings you up. These bring you down. My mom goes, no, I'm already down.
Oh shit.
It's like, oh. So then we had a nice conversation about what the different strains do. And then this lady pulls out this chart and their minds were just blown. My mom goes, let's smoke and then read it. I was like, oh my God. Okay, time to leave.
Yeah. There's so much that goes into it. I mean, I've had conversations with people who start talking about all these different names of the different strains and the number levels of the different strains. And
know, it's insane.
I don't even know if I'm saying what they were saying properly because I just don't know. But it's you know, it was always just what it was, and now it's like gone from here to.
I can name 3. I can name indica, sativa, and hybrid. That's it.
You're over my head right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I only know because if I want to sleep, tell them I want the indica. That's or hybrid.
I just know over the last few months or so, I've become more pro CBD than I used to be. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but I've still never taken
my accident. I mean, after my accident, I became a totally different person. I became more open to a lot of things. Believe it or not, my mouth got more open. But I mean, if you go back to our videos back before my accident, there was a video and I was pretty quiet. I was a lot more reserved. And then you look at the videos a few after, you start seeing more of my personality come out. But that also had something to do with me getting divorced. And after I left my ex-husband, I started to come back out of my shell because living with him, I had to walk on eggshells.
Yeah, that was her. She's that.
Yeah, everything.
The point that I don't know. She's over here somewhere. I'm all backwards looking at the screen. I'm pointing one way and
I know. I keep going like, which way? Because my computer keeps turning itself. I'm like, where's my burrito?
All right, I'm going to call it here shortly because we're talking about getting tired, and I am tired.
You don't need any CBD for that.
No, I don't. I just need my pillow. That's all I need.
My sleep schedule is getting really off because I have not been working because I'm working on some things and it's just getting bad.
Yeah.
So I've been using Benadryl because I don't have any CBD. You need a prescription in Oklahoma. But they're voting on it in March and you might not anymore.
What I was doing when I couldn't sleep or if I was having my real bad knee pain is I would take about 7 o'clock or so. I would take a couple of Tylenol PM. Because it's something that I just don't think it's addictive.
No.
But I've got a bottle in there that I bought last year, and I think I've broken into that bottle maybe 4 or 5 times, and I bought the bottle last year. But
I used to take like the Simply Sleep, which was Tylenols without the Tylenol. It's got just the PM.
Right. It's like ZQuil.
When I was like 18, I used to take it.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the night, I wake up having withdrawals from the sleep part of it.
Oh, wow.
So I'll start to get that jittery feeling. And I didn't know what it was when I was a kid, but after my surgery and I tried to wean off the opioids, I figured out the jittery feeling. It's always my left hand though. It twitches.
Well, something that gets me, like if I'm feeling like I'm going to be restless, or if I have those nights where I'm lying in bed and I'm restless, I'll come in here and I'll open up one of the pickle jars and drink a few big gulps of pickle juice.
Really?
And about 20 minutes later, gone.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice, yeah. It helps me when I'm restless.
Have you tried the boiled lettuce trend?
No, I have not.
That sounds horrible.
I see him doing that, and I hear all that's going through my mind right now is, want to play a game.
What's funny is after my accident, I went back to work early because I found out I didn't have any short-term disability. And I couldn't be on my crutches at work because sometimes dogs tinkle on the floor and you know it. And so I sat in an office chair, and my boss had put these super wheels on it that made people just fly around. Like if you moved the chair just a little bit, it would shoot out. So everyone hated that chair because you'd sit down and sometimes it would go out from under you because it moves so fast. Well, I love that chair because I would scoot around the entire veterinary clinic. We had a huge veterinary clinic, and I would just fly around on this chair. And so you would hear incoming, and then you'd hear around the corner, poof.
She's doing ludicrous speed.
But I would like go flying, and I'd grab like a corner and go whoosh around the corner, and like you'd hear crash, boom, bang. I'm fine. It was during COVID, so there was no clients.
Right.
So you would just hear and like just hear me sticking the walls to stop. Oh, Barry Teresa, I'm sorry for your loss.
It's snowing.
What's that?
Right?
We know nothing of this snowing.
We have beach sand. That's our snow.
You know, pickle juice is good for hangovers too.
Pickle
In
juice
some parts
does
of
remove
Germany, they chase their shots with pickle juice.
Yeah. It's actually really good. Do a shot and then do a shot of pickle juice after it. It's really good.
I heard recently do Jameson with a pickle juice chaser.
Yeah. Because you'll still have the Jameson taste in your mouth and the pickle juice hits, and it's crazy.
What does it taste like? Because I don't even like whiskey, so
I
would I still hate it?
I couldn't even describe to you that. You just have to do it.
Maybe I'll buy like one of the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't done it with Jameson. We've done it with Fireball. Do a Fireball, and then and it actually tastes
love
pretty good.
Fireball.
I know we did. Yeah, that's a problem around here too.
The first time I had Fireball, though, I didn't know what it was, and cute, look at a little Fireball.
It's a little Christmas ornament.
That's adorable. When I was at a Halloween party, and someone's like, "Hey, you got to try the shotgun," and I'm like, "What is that?" It's basically a squirt gun for alcohol. I'm like, okay. And he squirt Fireball down the back of my throat.
Oh,
so imagine Fireball, but pressure wash down the back of your throat, coming out your sinuses. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That's a rough introduction to it.
Yeah. So I was like, never, ever again. But now I'm just like, cinnamon, yum. Tastes like Christmas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's I went and bought wine tonight, and she goes, "No Fireball." I went, "Nope." She goes, "Why not?" And I went, "Nope." It's like, "Nope, wine's it tonight. That's it. No Fireball." She goes, "Tequila?" I said, "Nope, just wine."
You didn't know I was coming.
That's all.
I didn't know I was coming, but at the last minute, I looked at Michael. I said, "Oh, we should probably have people send some well wishes to Heather."
Yeah, I'll at least send her a
She's
message.
feeling
I'll try to get a hold of her. Sorry, Heather.
Yeah, I think if anyone can send her some cards. I think she would love some cards or something. I sent her a care package today. She's feeling that initial slump that you get when you're just kind of hung up.
Yeah, I bet. I know that sucks.
So if anyone has sent her stickers in the past, send her a get well card. I think she would love that. She'd be tickled.
I'll put a shout out to her in the video that I did yesterday. When I start to edit it, I'll put a little shout out thing in there to her.
Oh, I think she'd like that.
You still have the same address, Squatch?
I do, yes.
Same address.
All right.
For now.
I think we should start a GoFundMe to add another bathtub in his house. Even if it's just a shower out back.
I mean, we rent. So I have redesigned this house in my head numerous times, and what I would do and everything. And yeah, because it's a small house. It's under 2,000 square feet. I mean, it's probably closer to 1,500 square foot, I think.
Ooh, that is.
Yeah, it's not a big.
house was 1,500 square feet, and it didn't seem small when there was 2 of us, but for some reason when there was 3 of us, then it would suddenly feel small.
Yeah, and we got 6 and 2 cats.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I feel spoiled right now.
it's definitely stuffy in here. But that's okay.
You know,
That's
you're a close family, so at least that helps.
It does. Yes. 100%.
Like I could do it with Michael, and it's funny because we were just talking. I said I feel more comfortable with him than I have anyone else in my life ever, and I've seen him less than anyone that I've ever dated because we've been long distance the whole relationship. But
Right. Well, you know what? If
that works
you were able to make it work long distance for
for a year,
a year. I mean, so that's
is
good.
in the long scheme of things, it's not that long, but.
No, but for a long distance relationship, a fledgling long distance relationship, at that, you know, that's a good
never
sign.
had that period where we were like, is it worth it, or are we gonna make it? Like we never had that. It was always we're gonna get to this point where we're together. We didn't think it would be that soon, where it'd be in a year. We thought it was going to be 2 or at least a year and a half to 2.5, kind of our goal. But we honestly thought that it wasn't going to be until this coming spring. But it just kind of worked out this way. So
I was going to say, things worked out how they were supposed to. So.
But when we first started talking, we were like, yeah, it'll probably be spring of 23. Because when you start dating somebody, you usually are in the same place for a year before you move in together.
Yeah, yeah.
Not you've met each other 4 times and you move in together.
Right. Well, you know what? If it was meant to be, it'll work, right?
Yeah, we'll make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll force it.
Just force it. No, you will stay with me.
I heard he told him I was going to force him to marry me.
He says I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I told him earlier. I already got my dress picked out in my head.
That'll be coming over here eventually too.
8 to 10 business years.
Just got to get to the right time. So, yep, I'm with you. 406. It's about midnight. Is about as far as I can take this myself. So I'm about to call it. And yes, it's midnight over here. It's 3 minutes till, which is close enough.
Go sell some campers.
Yep. Tomorrow I've got 5 for this commission period so far, which is the best I've had yet, and that's just in 2 weeks. And
Nice.
I've got another 2 weeks worth to sell for this coming commission period. So,
You
and I've got 2
for sale.
Yeah, we do. So, and then we get bonuses for the more gross you have, the higher your percentage goes in. So it's really cool.
Nice.
I mean, there's people I work with who on a regular annual basis are 150 to 200 a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get into it.
Money.
Yeah. There's a guy over in Utah who, when you figure everything in, his bonuses from the manufacturers for selling their new products and all of his commission, that this year he'll probably be somewhere in the 4.5. Let me try that again. I'm so tired I can't even think. 400,000.
380 degree.
You know what I'm trying to say.
380 pound magnet.
380-pound magnet.
You shush.
Sorry, I had to say it.
So when we get to a point, I want to get one of those camper vans. Do you guys sell those?
Yes, we do. The B vans.
So I don't want anything fancy though. I basically just want a bed and an air conditioner. Do they make them that simple anymore?
Kind of, sort of, but they're very expensive. Very expensive. but they're very nice.
When we get to that point, you might have to keep an eye out for a used one.
Yeah, you can find good used ones for a pretty good price.
Get a Squatch discount.
Yeah. Their friends and family discount.
On a used one.
Yeah.
I'll give you a discount off the brand new retail price on a used one.
Yeah, in a couple of years here, once things settle down.
Yep, that'll be fun. They're very nice. There's a YouTube channel of a girl who works for General, and it's Becky's Bee Van Life.
I wanted one of those before the van life was cool.
Yeah.
I don't want all the fancy stuff that they have. I just want a bed and an air conditioner because I'm not going to cook in the friggin' van. Taco Bell.
Yeah, they've got a lot of that stuff now. I mean, there's some of them that are so. There's some of them now that have a little camper on top too. The thing goes up. It goes up, and there's a little cot up above. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't need all that. I just want somewhere to sleep where I'm comfortable.
Yeah. Oh no, they make them pretty basic, but they're still pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're still $80-some thousand.
I'm going to answer this question right here real fast.
Yeah, we were wondering about that too.
And then I'm going to call it a night. He's fine and his family's fine. Everything's good with him. He just got tired of doing it. He lost the excitement for it, and kind of he got
burnt
out. There we go. So
same as Jacob.
Yeah. I mean, he's come out with me a couple
times. We call
times.
it pulling a tidewater.
Say again?
We'll call it pulling a tidewater.
Pulling a tidewater. I'll tell you what, him and Katie are traveling and they're good too. And it's some people I mean, believe me, I hate to say it, but I've had my thoughts too. You know, there's been days when I was just so tired and I just like, I really want to go out and do this. And then I force myself to get out there, and then I get out there and I have a blast. And I'm like, well,
once you're there, you're like, oh, this is great. I just want to clean up. Because
it does get to be a lot of work. It really does. And sometimes you just want to sit down and relax. But I'm glad I do it because again, I've got a lot of friends on here that it's cool to meet and talk to, and watching everybody's videos and and just the lives. I enjoy it. So I'm not anywhere near being done doing this, but it was nice to slow down a little bit, even though it was for Zachary and for football and everything and for marching band. It was nice to slow down a little bit, but I'm definitely not anywhere near giving up on it yet. So I've still got some time left.
Taking a step back, but I'm still trying to at least be vocal and
so
stay in the Squatch game.
You were the first live I ever watched.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
First live, I didn't even know what a live was, and Heather messaged me one day and she's like, hey, they're talking about you on the live. I'm like, live what? Where am I going? Come on, who's talking shit? She's like, no, they were talking about you on Squatch's live. I'm like, what's a live? Who am I fighting? She's like, oh God, no. YouTube does lives and here's how you do it. I was like, oh, I was just doing laundry. I don't know what.
It was like February, March of 21, somewhere. I think it was March.
Yeah, it was not too long before that I really even started doing them. Yeah. And it was just one night I'm like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to do a YouTube live and just see how it goes. I've never done one. Let's see how it goes. And ever since then, it's kind of been
every week.
Oh,
week, almost every week.
You did a lot, like every Friday, every single week.
Yeah,
and they were too.
Yeah, oh yeah, there were some really long ones. I finally had to. I'm like, all right, a couple hours is about the most I can do now because I was paying for it the next day after those.
Yeah, that first night I came on, I think we went for like 4.5 or something like that.
I think my longest was just over 6 hours, and there was there was a like a running competition between myself and Jacob and Aaron about
Yep, snorkel.
Man, I haven't heard from Snorkel in a while. What's he up to?
he's still putting out some videos, but I mean, I think it's been a little while. I gotta go check. But he was doing like some diving and swimming videos and stuff. But
I haven't seen him on TikTok or in
Yeah.
Facebook, nothing.
I know his wife broke her arm or something a while back.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of guys that were really active who aren't nearly as active as they used to be. But you know, it's no hard feelings towards any of them. You know, you got to live your life and you got to do what's right for you. It's just the way I look at it is I think it's awesome. I got to meet these people. You know, it's through this I've made a lot of really cool friends, and whether they're
I
still
have a
out
bucket
doing
list
this
of
or
people
not.
that I want to come and fish with, and you are on there. I'm still keeping Tidewater on there. I don't care what he says. I'm gonna trick him. So we're gonna invite him here to come and like see us and see our house. But secretly, we're gonna have all the gear in the back of the truck when we pick him up at the airport, and we're just gonna drive to a lake. See what happens.
We're going fishing,
But-
bitch.
Aaron's on there. Josh Parker's on there.
Yeah.
He seems like a freaking hilarious dude. I follow him on TikTok like religiously because he cracks me up.
Yeah.
And the fact we both work with animals, so we get it. Get out of my drawers.
I would love. I mean, there's a lot of people I'd love to go magnum fishing with. I'd love to get out there with Sean Brockton. He's a blast. So
His accent cracks me up.
I know, but he's such a good person. He's such a good father. He's hilarious, and he rubs some people wrong sometimes, but they don't understand that he's just trying to be funny.
I don't think they can understand his accent. They don't know if he's talking about his cockies or his khakis.
Right? Exactly. But
There's no
some
more
people
saying.
just it's you just got to realize some people are trying to be funny and just let it be funny. So
Sometimes
all right.
people just think they're funny and they're not funny.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they're handsome.
Well, at least you got that going for you.
He's the most thoughtful person I've ever been with. I'll tell you. I said I wanted my own GoPro. Oh, I can't show it to you because I'm using it as a stand, but he came home with a GoPro, 2 extra batteries, and a charger because they were
that's
on
cool.
sale.
Huh.
So now I have my own GoPro 9 ready to go.
Right on.
And I said I wanted one of the little grippy tripods, and boop, he pulls it out.
Mine broke. I had one of those and the leg broke, but that was my fault. It wasn't because it was cheap. It's just I did something stupid and it broke. So
I have so much stuff.
I said I didn't want to do a chest mount because I'm a chesty girl, so it's already kind of hard to do chest mount. I've seen Neon do it. We get the boob sweat thing going on. It's just not fun. And because I'm very animated as it is, I feel like you guys would miss out on a lot of that. And that's kind of what a lot of our channel is. It's just me making an idiot of myself. So if I do a chest mount, you guys are going to miss a lot of me falling and re-breaking my hips. So I'd rather do a tripod of some sort so you guys can see me fall on my ass.
well, one of my best moments caught on my GoPro was me falling and busting my ass.
Yeah.
And
so
missing a cut palm frond sticking out of the bottom of a tree by like that much.
unfortunately, Heather did not record her last fall.
Well, it might be a good thing
Just
too.
the other two.
The other two, yes.
The other two we have.
Walking to the dock.
Yeah. She was walking to the dock when she felt this time.
Poor
So
thing.
if you want to see
I
her
bet
other
they
falls, I can point you to those videos. I feel like we should do a compilation video of us falling.
You put it to let the bodies hit the floor.
I like it.
Too bad we can't get videos of all of our surgeries after.
Yes. All right. I'm going to call it a night. I got to get up and go sell some campers in the morning.
Alrighty.
So you guys have a great evening. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for hanging out for a couple hours.
Too easy, Squatch.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a good
Night,
night.
Barry
Well,
Teresa. Night, Jody.
good night, everybody who's still hanging around.
We'll go fishing, Barry Teresa.
Yep,
Don't forget to send Heather some cards. Make her
absolutely.
feel better.
Love y'all. Appreciate you for being out. Make sure you leave the place a little better than you found it. Stay squatchy, y'all.
Night.
Nice watch.
Good night.